objective short trade setup for MJ, Alternative Harvest ETF, one of the largest components of the cannabis sector. And everyone was extremely bullish on an overwhelming complete passage of the SAFE Banking Act, and boom, the rug has been pulled up from everyone's feet. And remember, during the 116th Congress, safe banking became really the first cannabis-related bill to be passed by a chamber of Congress. You had both the House and Senate in an unmistakable, full-blown blue wave with the Democratic president at the helm, and you still have cannabis as a Schedule 1 classification drug on the shelf right next to heroin. And enough of the rambling and into the technical perspective of the cannabis sector. And really what I want to do is I want to zoom in on some of the largest components of the MG ETF, which really will dissect underneath what's going on underneath the hood here. Start off with Tilray. We have this really a big major primary uptrend line here off the September reactionary lows, with multiple reactionary lows to help validate that. We are slightly snapping it, trading slightly below its 50 exponential, giving me that head and shoulder type looking fill there. We'll go on to CGC, one of the largest companies to it too. Beautiful, clean, aesthetically looking head and shoulder, classic looking top, and we've completely snapped that neckline entirely, coinciding with the 50 exponential and 50-day moving average starting to trade slightly below it there. So again, these two big companies will remain a pretty big drag on MJ's ETF here. Those are the largest components inside. As far as we have put in a beautiful, here off the daily interval, an engulfing bearish candle, as good as a well-defined bearish engulfing candle as you can get, and really as good as a sell signal as you can get on a snap of this trend line, with again another head and shoulder sort of looking fill there. Not the most aesthetically looking one as CGC was, but again, it gives me that fill, and we have effectively snapped that 50 exponential and had some sort of reactionary support off the gap support. We've had a little bit of a reaction there, nothing too crazy, but again, if we even snap back to have some sort of counter trend rally, you have a ton of resistance up above, coinciding with the 569 resistance and the primary uptrend line, which would add an objective entry short, an additional objective short, if not an additional add-on to your position there to hit that first target for a 3.5% drop, down to 509 for a 9.5% crash, down to 484 here for a 13.9% crash, 480 for a 14.9% crash, down to my very last target, 458 for an 18% crash. And if we undercut those lows, I would only suspect a massive wave of selling, forced liquidations, mass margin calls to go off. And again, we have this huge volume at price indication here, right at that call it about 569, 59 level. So again, vast majority of the masses have bought in this stock around this key range here. And again, there is nothing more beautiful in trading than a crowded rush for the exits.